This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so as you know that you need to know all of these annotations, even though if you don't know the how it works, at least you need to like in the interview you need to mention all these annotations. And also sometimes some interviewer might ask you that, okay, so can you please tell me the serialized the format of these annotations or not? So in that case, you need to tell what is the serial of these annotations are. Okay, so it is like before suite first, so it goes to before suite first. So you can correct me if I am wrong. I think I told you to check that one, and then it goes to the before test, then it goes to before class, before method, then it start again in the opposite way. So after method, where is after? This is after method. Then it should be after class, then after test, and after suite. So this is the serial of the annotations, and also these two are like when you are using the groups, only in that case you will see that these annotations are working. Test is already there. Did I miss anything?
No, it's fine. I saw that later that you already put it, so you're fine. You're good.
Okay. So you need to know all these annotations with the serial, and also these two annotations, even though if you don't mention and if they ask you, you can tell them that when there is a group and we are working with the group, only in that case we this annotations works. Until that, it will not work. Okay, now we are going to learn today about these annotations, how these different annotations will, how it works, and how can we read the data. Data means what is that? Source demo. Data means this data. So this data, when we are using the data in the code, that means that we are hard coding the data. We are hard coding it. So the term is hard coding. So in real world, we'll never use any hard coding data. We'll never put this data here. That means that we need to read the data from somewhere. And today we are going to learn that how can we read the data from outside the code. Okay, we'll learn that. And what else? And I told you to create 4 different script, like with the 4 username. I hope you already created that.
When you say 4 different scripts, what do you mean? Because so like we have a page, like when we did the work for the source demo, so we put the login, we made a login page, right? So we bring those functions to the script page and then take turns in putting in entering the different usernames and passwords and then login, right? So when I'm putting standard user, it's one script. When I'm putting problem user, it's one script. When I'm putting the locked out, it's one script. Is that how you mean that different scripts?
Yes.
Okay, I see. So this script page is gonna be one, like the whole class is gonna be one, but when I put the different entries, it's gonna make different scripts.
That's true.
Okay, got it.
So
Okay.
for script means that for class. Did you create for class?
No, I did not create 4 class. Do I need to create 4 class?
Yes, I mentioned to create 4 classes for 4 different script. So 4 script means that 4 class. So
Why do we need to create 4 class then? Because isn't it that so there is like I'm not understanding why are we doing that?
The reason is that is the example that we are going to practice, and for that we need multiple script. And when we call that multiple script, it means that there will be like 4 class for different testing. And in our case, it's just only like 4 login functionality we have. So for that's why I told you to create 4 class, 4 script for 4 different users, which is absolutely fine if you didn't create it. So we can do it now. So what we can do, we can just create another package here, new package, and that package I will give a name with the source demo. It's a source demo package. So in this source demo package, I will keep all of my script. So usually in the real work, you will see that it will be like source demo. They will create in this format. Let me create in that format. So rename.
We are making it in the TestNG, right?
In the TestNG, different script,
Project.
a different package. So I'm creating a different package now.
Right.
So in real work, how they create packages is, for example, if it is a like a commercial website, like a e-commerce or like health or something like that. So it depends on the domain, like depends on the type of business. They use the first 3 letters, 3 characters. Is for example, this is a e-commerce, so they use that com, and then dot. So after the dot, they mention the company name. What is the company? For example, in this case, the company is Swag Labs. Swag Labs. This is the company name, basically. And Swag Lab have this application which is called Source Demo. So after Swag Lab, they put like this, Source Demo. After that, they put a dot, and then they mention that what kind of package it will be. So is it like a test script package, or it will be a page object package, or it will be like utility package where I will keep all of my utility classes. Okay, so they will separate the packages. So in this case, I will create a test script first, test script. Okay, test script, and then in format, I just created a new package here. You see that? So usually in like real work, they create the package in this format. You might be working in like a different like business or like health care domain. So different companies have like different format. So usually the commercial like e-commerce websites or something like that, they use a com dot the company name, then dot project name, and then the actual what you are creating, like which what this package is for. Okay, so this is the format they use to create any package name. So
Yes, for some reason, while so you want us to create the package now?
yes, you can create it because it will help you. So it will help you to understand some topic. So if you did not create for script, then you can just copy and paste. So I will show you that how can you do that. It will be like a very like it will take only 5 minutes to do that.
Okay, that's fine. But while I was creating the package, your window and my window looked different. I don't know why. So I right clicked on the TestNG Learning, the project, and then new package. Then it came, new Java package, right?
No, why
So
should you right clicking on the project name, TestNG Learning? You should right click on the SRC folder because your packages
okay,
will be in SRC folder, right?
okay. Okay, yeah, the SRC folder. So where I have the package, that's where I right click.
Yes.
Like basic testing.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically, this is one of your package, but right now we are not going to work on that package. We are creating a new package.
Um,
So you need to right click on the SRC folder, new, and then package.
What's going on?
Do you want to share your screen?
Yes,
Okay.
please. Yeah, I'm right clicking. Okay, I'm gonna cancel, and then I'm right clicking on the SRC, right?
Yes, that's true.
Right. So new package. Oh no, package, right? Package.
Then give a name.
Any name, right?
Any name, but if you just follow the format, then it will help you to understand how in the real world they create the package.
Right, right. So how did you do that? Okay, so that's fine. I'll just put it and I'll copy it. I can change it later, right?
You can change it later, but you can type it also now. So it's simple. Com dot
Com dot.
com dot swag labs. It's SWAG swag labs dot source demo. This D is missing. So you can keep that D as in capital because D is a different letter, like a different words, the first letter of the different word. So you can keep the D as a capital, and also the labs L is capital. And after the demo, just put again another dot. Then test script. So this package will you will only keep the test scripts. So S will be the capital. So this is how, and this is where we need the packages to
So
separate work.
it looks good.
Yeah,
Com. Okay.
you can finish, and then you are fine. So let me finish that again. Okay, so after that, what I'll do is I already have a source demo this class, so I will copy that class and paste it here inside this package. And when I'm inserting it, I also need to rename it because I will create different packages, different script, like for script. That's why I will not just keep this as a source demo. I will make it, I will rename it to standard user, standard user login. So this is my script for standard user login. Okay, then click on finish. Finish. So this is my new class. Let me. Okay, I need some of them. Okay, so this is my new class, which is for standard user login, right? And if I open it, and you see this standard user login, and everything is fine except this login page. It's not finding this login page. So we'll see that. We'll do that also. Okay.
Okay, so I have just the login page, like source demo login.
Yeah.
So should I just copy that? And that was done in like yeah, for object. So that's done in Selenium. So that's fine.
Yes. So for page objects, we'll create another package. Okay. Okay. Let me just copy and paste with this class first for 3 more times. Just copy that and paste it again in this package. While you are pasting it, it will tell you that it's already there. So it's asking you to put this two, but I don't need this two. I will make that with problem user, different users. Problem user login. Okay, so this is one of the script. Then I need to create one more for logged out user, logged out user. Then one more for performance glitch user. Performance glitch user. Okay, now click. So now I have 4 class, that's in 4 script. You see that this is my test script package, and under this package I have 4 script. So these are like will be the script. It's not like only one login functionality you will be like creating multiple script, we'll see that how you will be keeping only one script for one scenario. So we'll check that later. But for now, I just created this one to show you one of the topic, to cover one of the topic. Okay.
Can you please check my screen?
Okay.
Okay, so I have it already copied. So now I'm clicking paste. I don't see I want to overwrite, right?
No, it's already there. That's why it's telling you to are you going to override or not. So click on cancel.
Okay.
Now do one thing, rename this source demo login to standard user login. Rename this class to standard user login. And this is a class name, so your first letter of your word, like name, will start capital. Standard user login. Okay, click on finish. Now
So now
copy this one and paste it again in this and paste it again in this package. And here rename it, remove that
so
two.
change the name.
Yeah, remove it too, and also remove that standard, only the standard part to the problem. Click on OK. Now do the same thing for again, paste it. Now do it for logged out user.
Locked out?
Yes. User login. Okay. The next is again paste and then create it for performance glitch user. There is one D, so you can remove it. User. Okay, so you already have this for script now. So let me share my screen and start it again. So I have this for script, and for page objects, we also need to create a different package. So same way, right click on Assertion folder, new, and then package. And you have to give a name like this, com dot swaglabs dot labs source demo dot page objects because you're going to keep all of your page object under this package. So this is my another package. So in this package I will just keep this login. Sorry, what is that? Okay, you can't hear me. Okay, is this the only problem with you, Nasita Beauty? Can you hear me?
Yes, I am. We can hear you.
I can hear
Yes.
you now, but you were completely out just for a moment. Now it's fine.
Okay, okay, then it's fine. So this is the package. Basically, we create only to keep the page objects. Because I already have a login page that I created in my last session. That's why I just copy and paste it here. Now, if you see that there is an issue with the login page, now I have to import it. So once you mouse over, it will tell you that where you want to import it from. If you remember, we can use the function from the different class, even though if it is in different package. So we'll use that concept here. So we are going to import it from this package, which is com.swaglabs.sourcedemo.pageObjects. Okay, so we are going to import it from here. So once you're done, then you will see no issue with that standard user. So you have to do that for every script. Okay, so I believe we are done. But
But
one thing
mine was fine. There wasn't any error in mine.
because I think you created within the same package, or you didn't follow the page objects maybe.
No, mine is no, it is page object.
Is it?
This is
Okay.
this is what mine looks like.
So standard user WebDriver. This is standard user login. Uh, why this is not a script? This is a page object.
Yeah, that's what I told you. It's a logging page, like page object. It was
Oh,
not a script.
okay. Then I missed it. So it's supposed to be the script. So what you can
My
do,
script is right here. So this one is my script here.
but
This
that
is
is
my
in
script.
different.
I named it. Yeah, I know, but I just wanted to show you. So this is the runnable one. I named it a runnable, like source demo runnable.
Yes, but that is in different project. You are showing me this class is in from different project.
Right.
So this one you have already in this package, basic TestNG. Under that
Right.
package, you have the source demo script TestNG. Is that here on the left panel under the basic TestNG under the TestNG learning project? Yes,
Right.
under
In
the
the
basic TestNG last class, the source demo script TestNG. Last one. This is the one. Down that after that class. So this is source demo login. Take your cursor down, and there is another class, source demo script TestNG.
so yeah, this one you're talking about.
Your voice is breaking.
This one you're talking about?
No, not this class. Okay, double click on this class.
Is this the one
Mm, is this the
you're
only?
talking about?
Double
I
click on.
can't.
Okay, she's out.
Zaki bhai, actually, I want to really lead us to do the same thing like what you are doing. The same thing we need to do right
It
now.
will be better if you do that. If you don't, it's fine. You can do it later. It's fine.
So just because we didn't start, I think Beauty, I don't know she did it now or not because only the Shafrin, she already did this one. So if you give us some more time, then we can just restart the copy and paste and then we can do it again.
Yeah, it's
With
fine.
you.
It's fine. You can take time and do it. No problem.
Okay.
You
Okay.
just need to copy and paste it. That's it.
Yes, so I just try to do, I think I did something wrong. So that's why the first one standard user in the that package, I have, I think I don't know, did something wrong over there.
Okay,
Uh,
I'll check that one after submit. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Yes, Safin. So if you double click on the source demo script test ng,
Okay. Source demo script test engine. Okay. All right.
so
Yes.
this is your script. So I told you to create a copy of this one, 4 copies of that one. So
4 copies of this one. Okay, I see. Okay. So 4 copies of this one. Okay.
Yes, 4 copies of this one.
So I'm gonna later on delete the ones that I just did before. So I'm gonna later delete them, right? Okay.
You can delete it now. Just select all of this class one by one. Use the control key and select all of them. Press the no, don't remove that reference libraries. Keep pressing the control button and then click on that reference library. Okay, now right click on these classes that you selected and delete it. That's it.
Right click.
Now follow the same thing for copy this source demo script TestNG. Copy this class and paste it in this new package and rename it. Okay, and create 3 copy of that.
Okay.
Okay. In the meantime, let me check with Nasita if I can help her.
Oops.
Yes. So what issue you have here? I don't see any issue.
I don't know. Is it right? Because I only
Click on
copy
save.
one time. I only copy one time. This is the thing. So under this package, there is one standard user login.
Save this class. I don't see any error in the class. Save this class. There is no error.
Okay. So I just need to do this 3 times and then change the name, right?
Change the name is that yes, when
Username, the standard user, we need to do the problem user for one script, and then we need to change the, that's the thing, right?
yes, but do it once, then I will understand that did you properly got it or not. So
Okay.
right click on the class name. No, in this class, standard user login class.
Okay.
Copy that and paste it again in this package. Now it will ask you that do you want to create with this name? No. So click here and remove that too, and also don't remove all of them. Okay, no problem.
Okay. So, the problem user doesn't do that,
Problem
right?
login. So user login will be the same. You just need
Okay.
to rename the first part. So problem
Okay.
user login. There is an O with a capital. Okay. Now click on OK. So it just created. You see that?
Yes. So
The
I need to do
same,
2 more.
you already have a class create copied. So you just need to right click on this package again and paste it and create with logged out user, and then again create with performance split user.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Right now. Okay.
And I believe Beauty, you are doing fine because I didn't hear anything from you.
No, let me check mine one too.
Okay.
Because I made it for a script class before, so.
Okay. So
here I have 4 class before I made.
yes, that's fine. But the thing is, the error you have here is a problem with the typing. I think it's a typing mistake. You see the line 10, and you see the line number 21.
It's a create a class, but I already have that class in other package, I think. So
Yes. Yeah, there's a typing mistake here. So after the new, it's a login page. And here in line number 10, it's a logging. There is extra.
Oh, okay, okay.
No, not here, not here, not here. Not here. Remove that. Remove that.
This one?
Yes, remove that G. You have an extra G here in line number 10 in the very first line number 10 here before the P. Yes. Now mouse over, then it will ask you that do you want to import it or not, but it will say that. Okay, save it first. Save it.
Yeah, I did it.
No, save all. I mean that save all. So there is a one more option. Save all. Yes. You see that the icon of that save, and there is a one more icon after that. That is a save all. No, no. Yes, this one. Now mouse over on this login page. Still it says that. Okay, so where you have this login page? I don't see the
Here.
login, but that
Oh,
is
I have an other package.
not other package. That is in different project.
Oh, yeah.
That is
So I have to make one. I have to make one here.
yes. Copy. No, copy that login page. Copy that. Copy, and now paste it here in the page object package. You see that there is a new package you created here. com.swaglabs.sourcedemo.page object. Right click on this package and then paste it. Now go back and the mouse over on this login page. Now you'll see that import. Now it's fine.
So you want me to create 4 class under this package, or I can copy paste those class here?
Do you have, oh, okay, you already have different users. Yeah, you can just copy and paste here. Copy these classes from here and paste it under this package.
So under this test script, right?
Yes, under this test script package. So select the classes, logged out user, right click, copy, and paste it in the script. Yes. Click on OK. Same thing do for performance glitch and problem user.
I have a
Now,
standard user.
yes, so go inside these classes that you have error. So is that so the line it says, so remove that line. No, no. Do Control Z. The line, the very first line, the error you have is line number 9. So remove that line. And second thing, so you have a line number 22, but where did you declare this login page?
I had to declare here.
Not there. In line number 12, you have to declare that. So you already have that in standard user. Just go there and copy it. Go back to standard user. No, not there.
This one is the standard user page.
Not standard user. So there is another class you had issue. So no, not this one. What is the first? Which class you fix that issue? Like I told you to remove that G. Which class you had that?
Which was
I told you to. I told you that you have a typing mistake. Remove that G
I
before.
think here he source demo.
Yes, this one. So copy these two lines, line number 12 and 13. Copy that and paste it over there in the standard user. Paste it in line number 12. That's it. And also remove that wave driver from line number 19. remove that web driver, only the web driver, only the web driver, because if you keep that web driver, then this driver will never be like a global driver, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We learned that in our last session. Okay, same thing you have to do for all of this script.
Okay.
Go to the problem
Okay.
user and do that for. So why you have this one? Scroll up. Okay, this is in different format. Okay, so do
Yeah.
one thing. You cannot work here with the TestNG. So remove this problem user, performance glitch user. So because these classes are with the main method, so we are not going to work with this one. So remove these three classes. Problem user. Click on OK. Performance glitch user. Remove that. Remove that logged out user. I thought that I created with the TestNG. So right click on this standard user and paste, copy that and paste it again in this package. Click on OK. Now in this rename, okay, now type problem user login with the P capital, because this is a class name. So class name, the first letter will be always capital. Login. Click on OK and do the same thing. Paste. No, paste it again. Logged out user login. Click on OK. Then again paste it for performance glitch user. It's a typing mistake, so it's fine. If you PERFOR,
Performance.
yes. So remove that from here. Performance. Before M, there should be R. Performance glitch user. GLITCH user login. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now you're good to go. Everyone, I
Yeah,
think,
thank you.
no problem. So I think everyone is on the same page. We have all these users. We have all these users, but the thing is, still now we have one thing to do. That is, if you see in a logged out user, I'm here. The class name is logged out user, but I'm trying to log in with the standard user. So we need to get the username. So let me get the username from the website.
So put the right usernames in each box.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Okay, and I imported all of them, so we should
Mhm.
do this.
So this is a logged out user. So I'll just keep that logged out user here and save it. I'll go back and get this problem user. I'll open this problem user login and change this problem user. Save it and then I'll go back again and copy this user, performance glitch user, and paste it in performance glitch user here. Okay, so I'm done. So these are the four scripts that I told you to create, but it's fine. We just created. So before I move into this one, to learning this one, I want to show you one more thing before I move into this advanced topic. So if you remember, last session we understood that there is a couple of functions. One is priority, one is enable equals to false, but there is one more function. There is one more parameter we need to understand, and that is depends on. Okay, so let me do that one, and then we are good to go with that advanced learning of the TestNG. So let's do it here. So if you see, I have three tests here. So if I run this as a TestNG test, then it will be running as like a test A, B, and C, right? But in case if you want to make any dependency, like for example, if you want this A, test A is basically depends on test C. Until or unless the test C is done, you cannot run the test A. For some reason, this test is depends on this test. For example, in this case, in this scenario, let's say that you will be able to only type your username when you will be able to see this username text box, right? So there is a dependency. And once you are able to type anything in the username, and then, sorry, once this text box is available, only you will be able to type anything here in the username text box. So there is a dependency. So what you are doing, you are checking if this text box is displayed or not. If it is displayed, then you will do the typing. Just consider the scenario. So this test C is basically checking that if the text box is available or not. Okay, if that text box is available or not, displayed or not. And test A is to type something in that text box. So what I can do is I can make a dependency. So I will say, okay, so we need to see the power here. So what I can do is I can make a dependency here. Depends on method. So depends on method equals to. So what is the name of the method? You need to mention that. This is the name of the method. So I'll mention it here in the double quotation. I think I think it depends on methods. Okay, depends on methods. So once you do that, in that case, it will run, and it should run B first, and then C, and then A. No, sorry, it's a C. Sorry, it's a C, and then B, then A. It's a C, B, and A. So, but because this A is depends on C. Okay, so once it's C, then after the C, it will run the B first because there is no dependency for B. So this is a little tricky, but you don't need to do any dependency. It's just for the interview. So in the interview, if they ask you that how can we create a dependency on the test on another test, so we can say that there is a parameter called depends on method. So we can use that to make the dependency. Okay, so this is the one thing that I was missing from the last session. Okay, next thing is as you say, as you think here, as you created this for script. So I have for script under this package, which is like a logout, performance, problem user, standard user. Now think about this one. If I need to run, if you have like 100 script like this, and if you need to run all of this script, how you will run it? Any answer will be fine.
What is the question?
The question is, for example, if you have like this script, I have 4 script right now under this test script package, right? So
Yes.
let's say you have 100 script. How you will run all this 100 script?
Use the that before method or the before class that way?
Before method or before class, it might work, but the thing is, it will not work in that way, because you are going to, in this scenario, you are going to you need to go each and every class, then you have to right click on this class and then click on run as and test and test. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah.
For all the 100 tests, you need to do this thing for 100 times,
Mm.
and that is a problem. So it's not working, and can anyone tell me why it's not working? Why I got this error?
Because we don't TestNG works like the alphabetically, and then we didn't prioritize this test script, so
Hmm?
that's why it's like the username, like this will go L, then uh, P, then U. This way this is working.
That's the
And
reason. Yes, that's true. So let me check with the standard user again and let you give you that idea. So if you see here, it click on the login, then it type the password. After that, it type the username, and that's why it was not able to log into the system. It says that it test passed because it did everything from this function. There is no problem with that, but the problem is it was not logged into the system. If I add the validation of the URL or the page header, then it will fail. But in this case, we need to do the priority here so that it will go by the priority. Priority equals to 1, and then we'll do the same thing for both of them. Priority equals to 2, and then again priority equals to 3. Now it will run in a format like it will type the username first, then it will type the password, and after that it will click on the login button. Type the username, password, click on login, then it log into the system. So that's why we need this priority. Okay. Okay, so that is it, why we need this priority. But the main concern is if I need to work with this for script, I need I need to have something so that I can run all this script from one place, right? Mhm. I'm just copying pasting it. It's gonna take a minute maximum. So okay, so it's almost done. Now we'll learn how can we run all these scripts together from one place. So what we need to do is, because we need to run all these scripts, so do one thing, right click on this package, where you have all your script, right click on this package and go all the way down. The second last option from here, from this list, is TestNG. And then you have two options. One is create TestNG class and another is convert to TestNG. Click on this convert to TestNG. Once you click on this convert to TestNG, then it will show you this kind of window. So this is basically, it says that it will create an XML file with this name, and then it will also telling you that what are the classes it's including. So we'll learn that what are these. These are the things that it will come when you click on this package and do this one. Now click on finish. Once you click finish, then you see something like this. There is a new file it's created in your project, and this file called testng.xml file. So this is a very important file for TestNG. Okay, so testng.xml file. Open this file, double click on this file and open it. Then you will see something like this. Yes, so in this file, it says that, okay, so what I have, this is a version and something like encoding about the XML. This is whatever the doc type and TestNG, something like this. So these are two like basic information of your XML file. If you remember, in source demo, when we are working with source demo, right click, inspect, and very first thing it says that doc type is HTML, and in this case it says that doc type with something like this, and it's also XML version. It's similar to HTML. It's similar to HTML. If you see that it's similar to HTML, you see that it's similar to HTML, but it's called XML. Okay, two are different file types, HTML and XML. HTML that used to create the page, web page, and XML that is a document that we use internally to send some data or something like that. Okay, it's just like a file, XML file, and the file format is almost same. Now,
can I share my screen, because when I just copied the priority, that thing, I don't know what happened to the, I have some error over there. I can understand what is the error.
because you pasted this priority in a function.
Oops, no sense. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
So when you excuse me, so when you generated the convert to TestNG, so the window opened up. Did you do anything before you pressed finish?
No,
Just finish, right?
just click on finish, because by default it will, okay, let me create this again, delete it. Okay, so because I want to create an XML file, I want to run all my script under this package. So that's why I right click on this package and go to this TestNG and click on convert to TestNG. Now I'm showing you the difference here. So because I have 4 scripts and I want to run all these 4 scripts, that's why I select this package to create convert this TestNG and create this XML file. But if I right click on the project, right click on this TestNG learning project, go to this TestNG, convert to TestNG, it will give you all the classes that have a test annotation. But I don't want all of them, right?
Yeah.
This is the difference. So if you want, you can create the XML file on the project. If you want, you can create the XML file on this Assertion. You can do that as well. But because I want to run only the script that is under the test script, that's why I just right click on this package, TestNG, convert to TestNG. Now it's telling me that under this package I have 4 classes which have @test annotation. So it will count only @test annotation. If you have any class without @test annotation, it will not take it here. It will not
Okay,
get.
I clicked finish. Now, in case I want to go back and I want to check if the scripts are there, what do I do?
So double click on this XML file. So it will open and it will show you all the class names here.
Okay, double click. Okay. Okay, yeah, I do see them. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the way how can we run our script, like multiple script. If you have 100 script, you can add all the class names here. Under one by one, you can add one manually. You can do that, or you can create a new source demo, new TestNG XML file. Okay. So this TestNG XML file is basically used to run your script, and this is called suite. Means that you're going to run the whole project. You can run your whole project from here, from this XML file. So that's why this TestNG XML file is very important. Also, we can pass the data here. Okay, we can pass the data in our script from here. We can do that. So we'll see that later. But now, let's say that I have this 4 script to run. So if you have this XML file, right click on this XML file, go to this run as. Now you will see this is TestNG suite. Before that, you are getting right click on this class, run as TestNG test. So basically that is an individual test, like for each and every class you are doing that. But from now, when you go to this TestNG XML file, right click on it, then run as TestNG suite. There is some good thing with this TestNG suite. Okay, once you run it will run all the class one by one. Whatever the class is here, it will run all the classes one by one. So this is one. Another one is coming. This is another one. Third one is here. So this is fourth one. So I have 4 scripts and all of these scripts are running. You see that standard user login is done. Now it's doing the performance split user. It's taking some time to log in. Then logged out user is already done. And this is problem user. So you can see all the scripts are running. And you can run it from one single place. And that is from testng.xml file. You got it?
Actually, I just fall behind because I just finished my that one. Could you please tell me how can I go over there? So I don't need the all the steps. No, nothing. Can
I
I?
didn't. Did
So
you?
can I share my screen because I can I share my screen because I didn't go there. Okay. So what should I do right now?
Right click on this package.
Okay.
Select the TestNG. There is a 2 option. Click on convert to TestNG. So in this window, you'll see 4 classes, right? Just click
Yes.
on finish. We don't need to do any changes here.
So finish. Okay.
So it's created. If you scroll down, there is the TestNG XML file. Double click on it. Now you will be able to see this XML file.
Yes. Okay.
Now right click on this XML file.
Here.
Keep your
Oh.
cursor in the middle. Keep your cursor in the middle. Yes,
Okay.
here. Right click. Run as TestNG suite.
Oh.
So it will run all the classes that you have listed here. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So this is about like how if you have a multiple test, how you run your test. So this is basically we use this TestNG to run our suite. Okay, run our test suite. Test suite.
That's good that we can see then if there is any error or mistake that we have to check, we can just check by the windows, like they're all separate windows they're opening up,
Yes,
right?
we all are in separate. There will be in separate windows.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so there are like a lot of things we can do from this TestNG XML file. Okay, and There is one important things also. When you now, if you run this TestNG XML file, then right click on your project and click on refresh. Right click on your project and click on refresh. Then you will see one folder, a new folder came here that is called test output. Expand this test output, and then you will see, where is that? Default site. Why it's like this? Okay, here. So it will open this kind of thing. This is a HTML report. So when it's running, if you're running it from the XML file as a suite, it will also create a report. And this is a test report. You can also share this test report with your team. If you are using TestNG, then you can run your test suite and it will generate this report, and you can also share this report with your team. If your team asks you to, okay, so did you generate the report? Did you run that test suite? If you say yes, then you need to provide that report, right? You need to provide that report so that they can see that how many tests you run, how many tests passed, how many tests failed, so they can see. So something happened with this one. Okay, so I think this is.
So did you just click on the default suite to see that what you're seeing right now?
Yes. So I don't know. Usually it create a index.html file, but in my case it did not create it. It didn't create that testng. Sorry, index.html file. This is the index.html file. Okay. Let me check. So in suite it says total passed is 12. If I click on this 12, then it's yes. This is the So this is the new format of the report. So they have the old, they changed this report format basically. Okay. So if you see here, I have index.html, but usually it's in different format, but I don't know why it's in here like this. It's the same thing. Okay.
I don't see the index in my page.
One second.
Okay.
So you will see something like this. Geometry goals. If you have something like this, suite and test.html, can you see that?
Okay, let me see. So suite. Okay, hold on a minute. Yeah, text.html. Yes, I have that.
Open this test.html.
I'm sorry, double click.
Yes, double click on it, then it will open in a browser.
Yeah, yours is green, mine is white. It says test method, password, and everything. Yeah, it does. I do see it, but it's a different color though. Yours is green, but mine is just white.
Okay, green means that this tests are passed. So in case of your, it's a white. Let me check. Why is that? So you might be seeing like this.
No, it looks just yeah. I'm seeing like this, uh, but that one. Yeah.
Okay, but it's fine. It's just like different things you can see with this report. So how much time it took to run this script, and what are the tests, what are the methods you use to run this script. So you can see all these things. If you just, you don't need to like learn all these things from here, or whatever you have inside the test output. You just need to mention that if you run that, run your TestNG using the TestNG XML file, the test suite, then it creates a test output folder where you will see the HTML report, and you can share the HTML report with your team. Okay. So this is the one of the thing that it comes like automatically with this TestNG. So you don't need to do anything extra here. Now let's talk about here uh, test. So if you remember, I told you to remember the annotations, the serial of the annotations. So if you work sometime with this TestNG file, and if you know that, okay, there is a suite, and under the suite there is a test, under the test there is a classes. So under the classes I have all the classes. So this is also a serial here. You see that? Suite, test, class. Again, class, test, suite. In the middle, you can add methods and test. You got it? So this is another way that you can say, okay, so this is the serial of the annotations. Okay. One of the important interview question is, for example, if you have like 100 script. Now, if I run this, then it will run one by one, right? It is running one by one. These classes are running one by one. Now I want to run all of them together at the same time. I don't want to wait, like one test is finished, then it will go and do the other one. No, I don't want to do that. So that is called something like you want to do parallelly. So you want to run your test parallelly. So in TestNG we have an option called parallel. Parallel what is that? Oh, I have CA here. So parallel here, I have a couple of options. So in test, I can run parallel, that is class. So let me see if it is working or not, because usually we run the parallel in test. So I'm expecting it should open all the browser together. So it's opening the browser. But it's not happening. Okay, so I have to show you with that the test. Okay, I'll show you that with the test, no problem. The same thing, just a different scenario. Okay, so this is the one of the thing, but let me see what else we can do. So this is like this is one of the way that I was trying to show you that if you have like 100 script, how can you run all the script from one place? Now we'll see. Okay, so can I pass the username and password from here? Can I do that? We can do that. So for that, let's work with only one script. Okay, so I'm not going to work with multiple script now. I will do only one script. I want to pass the value in only one script. Then you will understand that how can you pass in different classes as well. Okay, we can do that. So to put these three lines in a format, the shortcut is Control Shift and C. Oh, not that one. It should be Control Shift and C. What is that? Oh. Why is not working? Oh, it's working. Yes, it's working. But it's working in different way though. So something is wrong with my See that it's not working as expected. So I'll keep that here. I'll just remove this one. I'll just remove this one. So the shortcut is Control Shift and C. So in that way you can put your multiple lines in a comment in this XML file. Now I'm targeting that I want to send the username and password for this class. But right now the password is hard-coded. I will also take that out. Let me check it here. So the password, the username. So let's try to send the send the username first. Okay, let's try to do it, and then we'll add the password. Okay, so to send this password, first of all, I need to create one tag here. Under this tag test, I have to create parameter. Okay, I have to create this parameter. This is a tag, and you have to create this under this test. Okay, here I will say username, and the value I will keep password. Where is that? Sorry, standard user. Copy it and paste it here. So your part is done from the XML file. The next thing you need to do is you have to go here in this class and write @parameter parameters, and here you need to mention that the keyword. So which key we used here in the TestNG? This is the name, and this is the value. This is the name, and this is the value. So we have to use this name here. Name, this one. Copy that and paste it here. Where is my parameter? Why did I type it? Oh, I typed it in long-term user. I should not do that here. I'm working on the standard user, so I will keep it here. @parameters, and then inside that I will keep that parameter here in a double quotation. So it should come from TestNG annotations. That's it. So once you're done, still you need one more thing. Because this is a function, that's why you also need to use this input section here. That is the parameter section here from the function. So I'm expecting a string which is username, and then I'll just simply pass this username here. Okay, sorry, the user is lowercase. So this is the way how we'll get this value of the username from here and pass it to our class. So let me see if it is working or not, then I'll give you some more idea about this one. Run as TestNG suite, and I'm expecting that it will work. It will pass the username in that class. So it's passing the username. You see that? It's passing the username and it's working as expected. Now the thing is how it's working. So when you say the parameters here, so basically you can use a key. This is working as like key, and this is working as like value. So you have to use this key, which is like name, here before that test annotation. You need to create another annotations called parameters, and you have to use this name here. So it doesn't matter that what kind of name your value you're passing it from the XML file, it will get it here, and then it simply pass it to your function parameter. And when your function will call, it will pass this value, the standard user, and then it will get it to this line, which is like send keys, the actual value to here. Okay, so two important thing. So when you are running it, when you have a parameters in your class, when you are getting the value from XML file, you will not be able to run this class as a TestNG test. You will be able to run this, but it will not work because your value is not in your class. It's coming from outside. So when you are running from class, it will not, okay, it will say that, okay, where is this username? It didn't say that, like, it will not get that username. That's why whenever you have this parameter in your class, make sure that you are running it from XML file. One rule. Another rule is whatever you type here, exactly the same thing you have to type it here. And whatever you type here, you have to type exactly the same thing here. So if you guys, let's say that user n, it will work because this key, this one is basically matching with your XML file parameter name. And this one, this variable is basically matching with this one. Okay, so let's run it and see if it is working or not. So you see that? So now it's working because you are passing the data from your XML file. You got it? This is a very important thing because this means that you will not keep your data in your script. And the concept that we just learned is called data driven. Data driven means that your data will come from outside the script. So this is very important concept, and we need to know this concept because you need to mention that in the interview that you know how this data driven works. If you are using TestNG, then you know that how you are passing the data in your script by using this TestNG XML file. Okay, any question?
So data driven is when the data comes from the XML.
Yes. So basically, data driven means that not only they're coming from XML, data driven means that data is coming from outside your script.
Outside the script. And in
Okay.
this case, it's XML.
In this case, it's a reading from XML file.
Right. Okay.
So data can be coming from any place, like from Excel file, from Notepad, from this XML file. There is another file we call feature file. So there are like a lot of ways that you can read the data. So if you're reading your data, the test data, then it's a data driven. If you don't have the data in your script and you're reading it from outside, then it's called data driven. Any question?
This is so this is the way we can insert the data in TestNG. This way we need to do and
Yes.
the data in TestNG.
Yes.
So any data we can find the data, but we need to do insert the TestNG.
Your voice is breaking, but what I understood is you mean that you mean for XML, for TestNG, this is the way of reading the data in the script. Yeah. By using the TestNG XML file.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so if you don't have any question, we can take a break now, and we can take a break till 8:45. Okay. So we'll take a break now, and after the break, we'll learn very important thing about the TestNG, because we are going to close this TestNG today.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Any question? So today till now we learned very important concept, that is like how can you run the test suite. To run the test suite you need testng.xml file. This is very important, and this is also an interview question, like how can you run the test suite in TestNG, that is using by testng.xml file. Okay, and then how can you read the data from outside our script by using the testng XML file. Yes, do you have any question?
Yes, so I was gonna ask that since we are doing more than one tests at a time, so that's why it's called a suite, right? So then what's the difference between a suite and a group?
I will come to that point.
Okay, that's fine, no problem.
Okay. So right now we are just understanding, like if you have like 100 script, then how can you run all these 100 scripts? So that means that you are running in the suite. So, and if you want to read the data from outside, that you can use this XML file and use this parameter to pass the data. Okay, so this is one thing. Now, do you see any repetitive task here in all this script? Can anyone tell me what is that repetitive task? So what we are doing here in all this script? We are logging to the system, right? And if you see, all the steps are same. Am I right? So if you have all the steps are same, but only the data is different. If you see, everything is same except this username is different, right? Okay, I told you to. Okay, I'll show you that later. But before I go to that, the password, like multiple parameters, you can use multiple parameters here. So I will show that one here as well. Okay. So, but before that, I will show you that if you have multiple data to run in the same script, how can you do that? So this is the one. Is with the logged out user, this is with the performance glitch user, this is with problem user, and this is with standard user that we already created to work as like a data driven, so that it's reading the standard user, the value, the username from the XML file. So don't you think that instead of that value of standard user, if I keep problem user here, and if I run this script, it will run with the problem user. Do you think so? It will work? Anyone?
But this is the class name is right now standard user. So how this will work? Because we are working on the, if we value is the problem user. So is it the base the data in the this class, right? The standard user class.
Okay, yes, that's true. So this value, the username, will go to this place. Then it will pass it to here. Then it will pass it to here. So whatever script you have, it will get that value, get that username, this username. So do you think that if I put this problem user here, then it will log into the system with problem user, or it will still log into that by using standard user? What do you think? It will log into with a problem user? I got one yes. Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. So let me write and then see. I believe it will log in by using problem user. problem user, and then it's working, right? So that's mean that whatever the value you will pass here, it will work with only that user, with that user. So let me keep that standard user, let me keep that quit in a comment, and then I will run that now with that performance glitch, or let me just copy that out here. Logged out user, copy that and paste it here. So now if I run this suite, then it will run, it will try to log in with a logged out user. You see that? It's inserted logged out user. So that's mean we can test our, like if you have 100 test data, 100 username, 100 password, so you don't need to create 100 script for that. You can have like only one script and you can pass the data from this XML file, right? We can do that. It's easy, right? No, you are not agree with me? Okay. So this is the standard user. Now the question is, if I have a standard user, then I have to change it to the problem user. So every time I have to change it. No, we don't need to change it. If you want, you can also create, like copy this test. This is one of the tests that you are going to do on this script by this username. Now I want to make this for another user. So copy only this test part. Make sure that you are starting from test and you are ending here in test. Copy this part. After this test, create a new line and paste it. Then there will be like two tests. One test with this. Okay, I don't need this parallel right now. I'll just keep that out. So it will be like this, two tests, right? Now the thing is, if you just change standard user to problem user, then the problem is solved. That's it. The only thing that you need to change is the name of the test. This is test and this is also test. So you need to rename this test. That's it, nothing else. So this is for like test for standard user, something like that. And this is for problem user. Okay, now if I right click on this suite and then go to the run as and test in this suite, I believe it will work. The same script will work for two different users. First, it will go and do the job for standard user. Then, so it's done. You see that? So it's done. Now it will go and open this one and it will do for problem user. Got it? So we can do the same thing for two other users, right? Can you do that? We just need to copy this part, test part, and copy that, and after that test, create a new line, paste it, and change the name of the test. It's a problem user. Now I will create it for logged out, and then it should be also different, logged underscore out. So now it will run the same script for this user. So by this we can run multiple users' name. You got the idea? Any question?
So the value is basically the script name, right?
Value is not the script name. So that is the thing. So I will create a script that will be like general script. So let me create this script. So it will be
Yes,
more.
how does it know where it is going? That's what my question is. Which
It's
script?
going. It's going to that standard user login. This class. The
Okay, so
class
that's
code
where
is
it is.
there. See, every time it's going to this class, standard user login, standard user login. And this is my standard user login. You see that?
Okay.
Standard user.
Yes.
Every time it's going to this class, but let me create a new class from here. So it will be easy for you to understand. So let me just copy that and paste it. And I will rename it to login script. Okay, login script. Okay, so now I just need to change the name of this class name with all of my TestNG XML file class name from here. Change this name, and that's it. You're done. So now no, I don't have the script with the different users. I can remove all of them, but I will keep them to show you that some different things with that. But I can have like only one script that is for login script, and that login script will for all different logins, like 4 different users or 100 different users, like that. Okay, any question? No questions. That's a good thing. So now what I'll do is, I told you that I will show you, I'm passing the username. I will also show you that how can I pass the password. If I have a multiple parameters, how can I do that? So let me go back, and where is my login page? Login page here. So I'll go to this class login page. So in this login page, I have a password which is hard coded. So I don't want to do that. So instead of doing that, I'll just return this password text box web element. Okay. So once I'm returning it, that's mean that I need to go back to my login script here, and then I have to do the same case from here. Secret underscore sauce. You got it? So now I need that. So this is still, it's not fine, right? I need to do this one. I need to get the data. This data is still hard coded, but I want to get this data. So what is the format of doing that? First of all, I need to go to this XML file, and what should I do here? Add a parameter. So before the classes, add this parameter. Sorry, there's a sign. Then you see some suggestion. You can also select it from here. So everything is there. You just need to select it. Once you select it, it's asking the name and value. So in the name, just pass here pass word, and value is secret sauce. Let me just copy that. Okay. Now let me do that for all of these tests. Because all of these tests have the same parameters, right? So I'm just keeping it for now. Now let me go back to the login script. Now what things I need to change here? Can anyone tell me? At first I remove that data. Then
Need to annotation, add parameters.
add the rate parameters annotation,
Yes.
and then
And
parentheses.
parentheses, inside that parentheses, we need to use the password the same way
Okay,
written over
same way.
there.
So if I just type like this, will it work?
No.
Okay, so because everything was work is later, right? Password
Hmm.
like that. Now is it done, or I need to do something else?
No, we need to do in here also a public void. Over there we need to change the function also.
So we also need to add the parameter in the function, right?
Functions, yes. Yeah.
As a string, and this will be like, let's say it's a PWD, like password.
Yes.
And also I need to use the same variable name to pass the value, right?
Yes.
So let's see if it is working or not. Let's go back to the TestNG suite and run as TestNG suite. So one of the tests is there. I believe this is for standard user. So this is done. It's completely done. Then it's opening the second one, which is problem user. Now this is the third one. This is for logged out user. You see that everything is working as expected, right? Any question? Till now, no, right? No questions. Okay. So now the thing is, we'll see two more things here. The password is same for all of them, right? And that's why we can also do one more thing here. Because this one is same for all of them, we can keep it in our suite level so that it will pass in all of my script, in all of my test. Okay, so let me do that and see. Right click, run as TestNG suite. So I removed that password because that was a repeating line from each and every test, and keep that here on top of this suite. That is before all of them, all of the tests, right? So standard user is done. This is the problem user. So this is done. Now another one is starting, and this is logged out user. So this is also done. So that's mean that we can also use something like similar thing here on top before all of my tests. So this is the place where you keep any parameter that you can use in all of your tests. If you mention anything, if you declare any parameter under the test, that parameter is only for that test. Okay, you got it? Okay. One more thing. Here, previously I mentioned that the parallel. So now it's running one by one, but I want to run all together at the same time. I want to save my time. If you have 100 username, 100 password, so it will take time, right? It will go one by one. But I want to open all this together. So what you need to do is, in the suite level, I want to say that please run all these tests parallelly. So what I'll say here, space parallel equals to test. Tests. Why is not removing one? Okay, tests. So I want to run all my tests parallelly. I don't want to wait for one by one because it's time consuming. If you have 100 data to test, it will go one by one. Instead of doing that, you can just use this only one option, which is called parallel, and it will open all the tests together. All the tests together. You see that? It open all the tests together. See that? So it's working parallelly now. So this is one of the important benefit of using TestNG. So you can run your test parallelly. Okay, you can pass your data, you can pass your test data by using TestNG XML file. Okay, any question? No questions? Okay. There is one important interview question. Most of the time interviewer asks that multiple browser testing. Multiple browser testing is means that they need to test the same script in different browser. Like right now, I'm running all my tests in Chrome. But you also need to, for example, some of the user may be using Firefox, some of the user may be using Safari. It's possible. So you need to test your application in all of the browser to see that if it is working as expected in all of the browser or not. Okay, for that reason we need to do the cross browser testing. It's called cross browser testing. Okay, so we can also achieve that cross browser testing by using this TestNG XML file. For example, I want to run this test, this one, in Firefox. So what I'll do is I'll create another parameter. Sorry, I'll create another parameter with the name browser, the name browser and value, for example, Chrome. And another parameter in the another test, I will create another parameter with the browser name, for example, Firefox. Okay. And another test that I have, I will create another parameter that is for browser Safari. So I want to run the same test. I can do the same test in different browser. Okay. And what you need to do is to check which browser, which driver you need to go, start with. You have to go to the script page and check that what you have here. What we have here, we have only driver equals to new Chrome driver, right? So we can make this one in a condition. If you remember, we did the conditional statement. So what we can do is we can read the parameter here at the rate parameters. By the way, you can pass the multiple parameter in the same function. You can do that. Okay. So I need to read the browser, and here I need string browser. Let me keep that same name, is fine for me. So if I will say browser dot equals, because it's a string, so I will use equals Chrome, then I will do this thing. Okay, if the browser equals to Chrome, then I will do driver equals to new Chrome driver. If else if the browser equals to, let me just copy that thing and paste it again. It will be more easy. If the browser equals to Firefox, then I'll say, okay, system.set property web driver, instead of Chrome, it will be Gecko. So only for the Firefox, it's a different name here. Otherwise, everything will be the same. And it will be Firefox driver. I think you understand, right? So by the name, we can change, by the condition, we can change the value of the driver, right? You understood this part, right? We did that before, like APR. Like if you want to do that same thing for Safari, you can also do that. Let's say it's a Safari, then it will be Safari, then it will be Safari, then you have to import it. That's it. So your program is ready for like handling different browsers. So this is called cross-browser testing. So this is also very important from the interview. They might ask you, sir, do you know cross-browser testing? You can say, yes, I run my script in different browsers like Chrome and Firefox. So how can you do that? I pass the browser name from the TestNG XML file, and based on that, depend on the browser name, it run my script. So let me show you. Even though I don't have the Firefox and Safari, but still, it will show something. Like it will try to run and then it will fail. So let me show you. So this is the one. It open for the standard user, which is fine. But other than that, nothing open, because there is no Firefox driver. I don't have the Firefox driver in my local. So I don't have the Firefox in this location. I don't have Safari in this location. So it will not work in that way, right? But still, you see that it's working. It's working. It's try to open and it's working. And this is the way how it works. You see that test failures to skip to pass. So let me see what is the report is. So refresh the project, test output. Now I got this one, emailable report. So once you run your test suite, you will see emailable report. So this is the report basically we share with our team. So they will see this kind of report where it will say that which test passed, which test failed, okay, which method it failed, how much time it took. So this is the report basically, and it will also tell you that what is the actual reason that it failed. So it says that Safari driver requires. I don't have the Safari. It says that Safari requires. It says that Safari requires. Okay, where is Firefox? Session not created. So I believe this is for the Firefox. No, this is still for Chrome. Okay, so this is for Firefox. Yeah. So this is the thing that you need to share with your team, so that your team will know that okay, this is the report where out of 3 tests, 1 passed and 2 failed. And they will also know that why it failed by this. You got it? So this is very important concept for the interview. The cross-browser testing, like using this TestNG XML file to run multiple tests, parameterization, like reading the data from outside. Any question? Okay, at least I got one no. I believe everyone is with me today. Today I'm going too much too fast, right? It
Yeah,
just
it's a little overwhelming altogether, but we believe that it will take us some time to get the hang of it, but we understand what you're saying.
okay. So that is the important thing. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, and I always try to focus on more important things that you might face in the interview. So if you are understanding and if you just do some practice, then you will understand how it works. It just needs some practice. If you don't do practice and if you just watch this recording over and over again, even like 100 times, you will make mistake in the interview. So it needs practice. Okay, so let me see, do I have anything left? So I covered almost everything from TestNG, but still I need to check. Because TestNG, the things you are seeing here in TestNG is might be, you might be thinking it's very difficult, but once you are start working on it, like you don't need to work with multiple annotations, like all the 11 annotations. You need to work with like 4 or 5, but you need to know all of them. Okay, and while you are that, you see that in my script I'm not using all of them. I'm just using like 3 annotations: before test, test, and after test. That's it. In your case, you might be working with the same kind of like annotations, but they want us to know everything.
Yeah, that was I was gonna ask too that yeah, we don't have to use all the annotations.
Yes, we don't have to, but
Right.
they want us to know everything. So
Good
that,
to yes, yes, it's good
so that is the problem here. They want Superman or woman.
to but I get paranoid about like so many codes like in case we put any like we make any mistake, the whole program is gonna be messed up. So how much user friendly is TestNG about giving us error, like how like like in Java when we did that, like it's kind of that, not that it's kind of tells you where you are making mistake. So in TestNG, what happens, we made an error like typing any spelling mistake when we are putting the parameters and everything. So that's what I'm worried about. Not together.
You will be fine, because if you're making any typing mistake, then it will show you that where you are making the mistake is. And now we are going to learn the most important thing about the TestNG. Most important thing is that if you remember, we tried to validate our like login functionality. Like after we log into the system, we are checking with the if-else condition, right? So in TestNG, we have something so that we can check, and we don't need to write all these if-else condition. So that is a good thing. That is the that is one of the most important thing in the TestNG, and that's why we use TestNG library. Okay, and the things you say, that the mistakes, typing mistakes. So once you are typing anything, like, then it will give you the suggestion, like what you can type here. So it's coming from this TestNG. You see that there are some other things are coming from TestNG and also from other libraries, but here you see that this is coming from TestNG. Just select that. If you are just typing, like if there is a typing mistake, just do the control space. Then it will give you that remaining part. Okay. For example, these parameters. This parameter is coming from different places. If you see that, it's coming from different, like JUnit, JCommander. So out of them, you need make sure that you are using it from TestNG. Okay, otherwise it is not going to work. Because if you don't use TestNG, it will import different library. Now you see here, the parameters is coming from TestNG. But if you are using different library, it will import that library and it will not work. So whenever you are using the TestNG library, it will give you the suggestion what things you are missing. Okay. Okay. Now I'll add the validation here. So if you remember, did I add any validation before? I think no, right? Okay, it's fine. So string expected URL. So I'm going by URL equals to, after I log into the system, I should get this URL, copy it and paste it inside this here. And actual, how I'll get the actual URL? Can anyone tell me? Anyone? Yes, that is right. As string actual, yeah, that is right. So it will be like driver dot get current URL. Then you will get the current URL. Now, if you remember, previously we are using if-else condition, then we are checking that both are matching or not, then we are saying that test is passed and test, if it's not matching, test was failed. But if you are using TestNG, then in TestNG we have an option called assert dot assert equals. So it doesn't matter that which one you select from here, just select anything, because there is also a string there, but it will be like below somewhere. So it doesn't matter that which one you are like selecting, just select anyone. Now it's asking false, and false is fine, just pass the string value expected URL, and here actual URL. Okay, in one single line you are completing your validation. That is, if this URL is correct or not. After the login, you are going to the correct URL or not. So let's check it out that how it's working. Okay. So go back to this test in the XML file. So right now, okay, it's fine. Let me just run it. So because I don't have the other drivers, it will not run. But if you have enough time, you can download the Chrome driver, you can download the Safari driver, and you can place the driver in the location, and then you can see it. So now it's logging to the system. Now let's go back and see if we have anything or not. So it's passes 3, skip 6. So that's mean that whatever the test we did for this one, standard user, is working, and it also matched. And now how you see that it matched or not? So if you go here for the Chrome, where is the Chrome? Where is it? So the Firefox Safari. Why is this Safari? Is it same? I'm opening twice. Okay, this is the one it passed. So it's logging and there is no issue with that. So let's say that I have a different login script, a different, for example, I'm expecting this URL. And now if I run it, so your assertion is basically to matching to a string. You will see if it is fail. Let me show you. So it's done, right? But I want to see if it is fail or not. If there is an issue, then it should fail. Expected here, you see that? This one, the last one, it says that Java length assertion error. Expected is this one, but found this one. So sorry, I missed that part here. So this is like the difference I have to make. So this part is always actual. The first part is always actual part, actual URL part, and this is the part for expected. Expected. So first one is always actual, and second part is expected. So this is that this is actual where it's coming from this inventory, and this is my expected, and it's not matching. So this is the error is. Okay. So this is the way how we do the assertion in the real work, just using this assert equals, and then we are trying to see if it is there or not. So there are like two things that we need. We use this from assert. One is assert.assert equals, and another is assert.assert true. So we check if that, for example, that element is available or not, displayed or not, is enabled or not, selected or not. If that kind of thing that we need to check, we use this assert true. And there is also assert false, but mostly we use these two assert equals and assert true. This is also an interview question. So how you perform the assertion? We use the assert equals and assert true from TestNG library. You got it? Any question? Not yet, right? I believe it's inventory.html. Let me just copy and paste it. Okay. Okay, so this is about like testing. There is one more thing that is remaining, but before I move into that, do you have any question here? Okay. Okay, so if you don't have any question, let's move to the last part of the TestNG, is grouping. Grouping. To do the group, what I'll do is I will go back to my one of the previous class, because if I try to do the grouping here, then I need to make some more tests, so it will be time consuming, so I will do it here. So let's take this out from any class, or okay. So this is annotation. This test. Okay. So grouping, why we need this grouping is, for example, if you remember in manual testing, we learn about sanity testing, smoke testing, regression testing. So what is the sanity smoke testing is, before we run the regression, we run the smoke. We run the smoke to see if the major functionalities are working or not before we run the regression, because smoke, it will take only like 10 minutes or 15 minutes to check the major functionalities, but if you run the regression it might take 3-4 hours. So that's why you always check the major functionalities first, then we go for the regression. That's why we need the grouping. So in annotation we have this groups option, groups equals to, then we can make the group of like for example the smoke, and then this one, if I want to make a group of, for example, if I feel like test C is falls under the smoke, we can keep that here, and here test A, we'll keep that in sanity, then test B, we'll keep that also in smoke. Okay, so we'll keep it like that. Now it's time to run this group, right? So we'll run this group now. So this class is from basic TestNG, and this is in a different project. So I'll create a package here. So where is this basic TestNG here? So if you want to create your XML file on a specific class, you can also do that. Just right click on this class, go to this TestNG, click on convert to TestNG. So it will create a TestNG XML file on that specific class name, on that class. Okay, now click on finish. Oh, there is already. Did I click on override? No. Okay. Thank God I didn't create an override. It is in the same project. I forgot this is in the same project. So what you need to do is I will create another XML file. So you can create multiple XML files. So basic TestNG, convert to TestNG, and then here I'll give a different name. This is for smoke. Let's say that I'll create a XML smoke file. You can finish. You'll see that there is a new XML file with this smoke.xml file. And in this XML file, I have only one class. Okay. Now it's time to create a group. So because you are running one test, so you have to create the group under the test. Okay, under the test, type here less than sign, then it will give you the suggestion, select groups. Then here between the groups, again put a less than sign, and then select this run. Once you select the run, then keep a space, and then again you have to use this less than sign, and then select include. Once you select the include, then you have to mention that which group you want to run. In the name, you have to just mention the name. For example, if I want to run smoke, just type the smoke. So what will happen? I'm expecting if I run this smoke, it will run only C and B, I mean B and C, not A. So let's try to run it. So in real work, you might see multiple XML files, one for smoke, one for sanity, one for regression. So you see that it ran for B and C. Now, if I have, like, if I want to run sanity, it will run only test A. You see that it's running test A. And if you want, you can also make the same test in multiple group. You can keep that. You can keep the same test in multiple group. So for that one, you need to put a comma, and then you need to put a double quotation and give a name. And because it's a multiple, that's why you have to keep it in curly bracket. If you remember that, we did that in array. So if you have a multiple value to store in one variable, we are using this brackets, right? Curly brackets. So now if you run smoke, then it will run A, B, C, all of them. If you run sanity, it will run A, only A, okay. I should have changed to something else, not this one, right? Because it's sanity, so let me do that in another one. Because I have two smoke, so I will make this test B as a sanity as well. Okay, so now what will happen is if I run smoke, it will run B and C. If I run sanity, it will run A and B. Okay, so let's check it out. So sanity, I'm expecting A and B. And for smoke, I'm expecting B and C. Okay, so this is how you have to make a group, and you can do the grouping. And if you remember, we have two annotations, before group and after group. So if you have something like this, for example, like public void before group, function. So you can just type system.println before group, and then you also have to make this annotation at the rate before group imported from before groups. Okay, not before group, it's before groups. It's done. So if you want to make this for after group, you can also do that. Let's do that. I will make it here after this one. Same thing. Okay, so let's try to run and see if it is working or not. Let's go back and see. Oh, it worked, but it didn't print anything. Why is that? Did I write in the same class? Okay, so before groups, there will be like there will be like one annotation, I believe. Equals true, maybe. Let me check. To do always run. Okay. Okay, so I will explain that. Let me run it first, and then I'll explain it. Still, it didn't work. So basically, the before group works, but for some reason, it's not working here. Before method, before groups. Okay, it should work. It should work. Okay, I'll check that later. That why it's not working. But usually, this is how the before groups and after group work, and I'm running the switch, so it should show me something in the switch. It's not showing. Refresh the project. Available report. Why is showing the logging script? Okay. No, it's not refreshing the project, but that's fine. I'll check that later. But this is the way how we need to work with that before and after groups, and also this is how we mention that which group I want to run from any XML file. Okay. Any question? Okay, so to wrap up, what we learned today is very important thing from the TestNG, and most of the question from the TestNG you will get it from here, today's session. So first of all, how you run your test suite by using the TestNG XML file. So if we want to achieve that data-driven approach in our project, how can I do that? By passing the data from TestNG XML file. Okay. How you will do the parallel testing by using parallel equals to test. How you will do the cross-browser testing by passing the browser value from the XML file. How you create a report in TestNG by running the test suite. We'll get it by default test output folder where we'll see that emailable report. Okay. Too much thing, right? Okay, so I believe you all are in shock. So, so when I'm not going to explain anything more, so there's nothing it's left here from the TestNG. A couple of small thing. What is this sign is, Anik? I don't know. This is just array bracket, opening and closing bracket. That's it. Okay. So that is it from me. Do you have any question?
So
Okay.
that's the formal running way. I mean, I mean, is this the only one we're going to be learning, or any
So
other?
this is one of the framework, the testing framework, and next week we'll be learning Cucumber. Cucumber is another testing framework, and that is super easy, better than the TestNG.
Right, that's what I have heard. But then why should we choose the harder one? Is it because
Uh,
of the depends on the company?
yes, it depends on the company because some of the company you might be seeing that they are already using TestNG.
Hmm.
If you don't learn the TestNG, so what will happen is you'll be in a position that you don't know anything about TestNG.
I
And if
see.
you know at least some basic, so it will also help you in the interview to cross the interview, to pass the interview.
I see. Okay. So there are going to be like TestNG, Cucumber, and what other framework? Any
This,
other or no?
this
Just
framework only, TestNG and Cucumber. But
okay.
Cucumber is much more easier than TestNG.
Right. Yeah, easier is better, you know.
Easier is better, but why we need this TestNG is TestNG, even though if I'm using Cucumber, in some places I need to do the assertion. In that case, I'm using TestNG library to do the assertion. Just only for the assertion, not like I'm running anything from here, but I'm doing the assertion by using the TestNG library. So why you need to learn this TestNG is basically in the interview they want you to know TestNG and Cucumber both. In some places you might see that okay, you can tell them that you are good in Cucumber, but sometimes they might also ask you something from TestNG, some basic from TestNG. So for that reason, you need to know at least something from the TestNG. And these are the things that you need to know. And if you do some practice, just do 1 day practice on this TestNG, whatever we did today. You'll be understanding everything because everything is in flow. Like you have 4 script, then if you need to run the 4 script, then how can you run it? Then solve that issue. Then if you have the same script, then you are running with different data, then how can you solve it? Try to solve it. Then if it's running one by one, but you want to run all together, how can you do that? If it's running only one browser, and if you want to run in different browser, how can you do that? So these are the things. If you just complete, then you will be finding TestNG. And one of the most important questions from the groups is they might ask you that in TestNG, how can we make a group of tests like for smoke and sanity? Just using this parameter, groups parameter. Okay, so we are done for today. If you have any question, you can ask me. Otherwise, you always can join the help session on Sunday. And if not, we'll meet again on Tuesday. And from Tuesday, we are going to learn the Cucumber. It is much easier than TestNG. So thank you all. Thank you for joining. Let me upload the course so that you can start practicing it.
So you pretty much in the homeworks, you pretty much include the questions for interviews, right?
That's right. So if you
Right.
complete
So
all homeworks, then you'll be fine in the interview.
Right. So in the interview, do they expect like the answers in elaborative way or just short to the point answer?
Elaborative way is fine because in that way you will be killing some time.
I know that's you say that, but
Yeah.
okay.
So that
But
is
you
a
have to have something to say, right? You cannot just go blah blah. Blah.
no.
So then
What
you'll have to.
I would try to explain that in that way you will be taking some extra time. So if you
Right.
have an hour interview and if someone asks you about the group, just not tell them that okay, so we can create a group in TestNG. Just tell them that we can create a group, so we can use that group in TestNG XML file. We can make it in different groups like smoke, sanity, recreation, and in different situations we can run different groups. So you already know these things. You just need to explain so that you can kill some time.
Right. Like rephrase like in different ways and try to explain, try your best, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so codes are almost uploaded, and that's mean that we will see you again on Tuesday, means that next year.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year everyone, inshallah.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Inshallah, we'll meet again on Tuesday, and please do some practice. If you don't do practice, it will be very difficult to just remember the question and answer. I will pass the interview question and answer, but I will prefer if you do some practice. Then it will be easy for you to remember all these answers. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining, and alaikum salam, everyone. And codes are already uploaded, so if you want, you can just go to that the location and get the codes and you start working on it. Yeah, thanks. Good night.